In this slideshow, we're going to talk about government interference with trade. Despite the benefits of free trade, no country in the world allows it. All governments interfere with trade in some way, for some purpose. What are their purposes? The most important purpose for interfering with trade is to protect jobs. If Americans buy products that are made in other countries, then jobs are created in other countries, and jobs of people who make those products in America are destroyed. So governments restrict imports to protect jobs at home. But restricting imports may have negative effects. They may lead to retaliation by countries whose exports you are interfering with. They may reduce our exports because our restrictions on imports reduce the ability of people in the other country to buy our products. Another reason for interfering with trade is to protect an infant industry. In other words, a new industry that you're trying to create in your country. Many countries have done this, including us, but there may be negative effects. Goods produced at home may cost more. The protected industry may never become competitive. And how do you decide which industries to protect? Another reason for interfering with trade is to promote industrialization. The objectives of this policy are to employ surplus workers, attract investment inflows, diversify the economy, and achieve greater economic growth. Two main strategies for promoting industrialization have been import substitution, in which you create local industries to produce the products that are being imported, substituting local products for imported products. This has been a popular strategy in Latin America. And export promotion, create industries that will produce products that can be exported. This strategy has been popular in Asia, led by Japan. Other economic reasons for interfering with trade are to resolve problems in a country's balance of payments, to gain access to foreign markets through fair trade, to use restrictions as a bargaining tool in negotiations with other countries, and to control prices of exports by controlling their supply. For example, in oil and diamonds. Oil is controlled by a cartel of the major producers of oil, and by controlling the supply of oil, they have been able to control its price. Some non-economic reasons for interfering with trade are to maintain essential industries, such as food, technology, and a defense industry, to prevent shipments to unfriendly countries, to maintain spheres of influence by giving preferential treatment to some countries, to protect activities that are part of the national identity. For example, Japan bans imports of rice because rice is an important part of the Japanese culture. France limits film and TV imports in order to preserve the French culture. The main instruments for restricting trade are tariffs or taxes on imports, which increase their prices, quotas on imports, which are limits on the quantity of products that can be imported, subsidies, aid, and loans to local companies that help them compete with foreign companies, buy local legislation which requires companies to buy local products instead of imports, customs valuations which manipulate the prices of imports and make it more expensive to bring imported products into the country, standards such as environmental or health standards which keep some products out of the country, permission requirements which require permission to import products and can make the process difficult, and finally administrative delays which lengthen the process of importing products and bringing them into the country. Now take the quiz on this slideshow by clicking on the Quiz on Slideshow icon, which is right below the icon you clicked on to view this slideshow.